Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's get Tim going in here. Like and subscribe. You know the drill. Trying to get this channel built up. This is trading AI. It says AI trading futures. We trade the NQ. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Allergies. I was just out there watering the plants and looking at my Pobamo pepper plant, doing real good. Look like I've got about. I'm going to yield another dozen. Man, I love those Pobamo peppers with steak, with chicken, with whatever. But a little bit of a little cool morning out there for being in Northwest Florida, up in the Panhandle, and we are looking at the markets this morning to see where we are. Let's go ahead and do a new meet. Let's get Tim over on the show. Tim Evans, the founder of Spec Miata. He wrote it on a sheet of paper and got it and got it Texas approved. And then about 8 months later, I got involved. Mazda called me and said, "Hey, once you involved, would you get the rest of the country?" And I did. I got the rest of the country. I built specmiata.com, and I got the rest of the country. I won the first national championship, and as a driver, built 13 cars. Whole different story. Maybe Tim and I will talk about today. We got Friday rules in place. Do a little deal there, deal here. Let's go ahead and see where our areas are. Let's get Tim on the call. I'm gonna go ahead and mark out some areas. Let's go ahead and everybody go to the 15-minute chart here. I'm just showing you guys what I do. I'm not a professional. This is for entertainment. It's not for value. Let's go ahead and do the 1 hour chart here. So we're opening up basically in yesterday's range. It looks like right here. It's real easy to see. Here's yesterday's whole range. There's your high low. There's your range. We'll open up about in range. So we're not in an imbalance. We are in balance. In balance, not imbalance. So that's okay. Nothing really worth mentioning here. Lost the VWAP here in the last couple of hours. So let's take it down to a 5 minute. See if we're going to have that opening range play that we like. As of now, we do. And if we break below this, we'd be back down to that 25,025 level that we saw. If you look back right in there, 25,073, and then back in that 25,055. But this was just a small dip on 5 minutes. So I would say that VWAP area right there would be a place. 25,094 might be a place for your targets of you guys holding it. As you know, we micro scalp, so I'm only looking for a direction to go. I'm going to come out the gate. Give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure she's going to say max, and my max that I can bet with my NinjaTrader account is 30 NQs. You know what you got to have for each NQ, $500 in there, and then you got to have enough room, for your stops and everything. So once you get to this point, I think it's a little bit easier to trade. And especially if you want to trade like the MNQ and you want to use a DCA approach, which is covered in my free guide. If you'd like to subscribe down below, I've got a little widget thing that I built. Don't judge me. I'm not a data programmer or a website developer. I try to do everything myself. I do use a couple of freelancers from Upwork and to help me on some of this stuff, but I try to do as much as I can. It's just WordPress and, dragging widgets with Elementor and things like that. But drop your email address. I am going to spam you, but only about stuff that I think will make you money related to markets. And I'll anchor those emails. I'm being brutally honest with you guys. I'm not a 20-year-old wannabe guru who's selling a Discord course for $5,000. Don't buy any of those, by the way. Don't buy them. If you've watched any of my videos, this is the first Friday of completing of us trading and recording every session. Every minute of every session, I will hit the button between. I think I let a video yesterday go 25 minutes because I got on a pretty good rant that I thought was useful from an education standpoint. But you know how the channel goes here. This is a Friday morning, so Friday rules are in play. If you read my guide, you'll know what that means. This means we're going to be real tight. Tighter than normal, although we're already tight. If you watch any of the videos, I'm a see profit, take profit guy, but I do bet big, bigger than I used to, and I'm using AI. All right, AI is spooled up. We're confirming what I said. We got a neutral open, so if we could keep continuing like this, we'll strap down to a 30-second chart. Have a very nice flat open here. I'm looking for that range, and let me go ahead and show you what I'm thinking here. The range is only about 5 points. I love that. So we will at the open. We still got a little time. And if you watched yesterday's opening video, the market dropped on us, if I recall right. Yeah, dropped on us. and it invalidated our opening range play. And so today, you know, we got pressure from Tesla, I believe. Tesla has that Cybertruck news. And so if you look at your stuff that's selling off, look at that. TSLL is down 10%. Almost bought this. It triggered for a buy for me at $20.50 for my retirement account. I'm in all cash right now. As you guys may have known if you're watching some of the videos, that my retirement account, I'm in all cash because everything got called away. I took profit based on it calling, my stocks getting called away on covered call sales. So my Amazon, my Tesla, and my TNA, that's the Russell mid cap play. All three of those is what I was fully invested in, and I got divested because they all got called away on that Friday expiration a week or so ago. So I'm looking to deploy a bunch of money and then sell covered calls against it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please look it up. You don't have to wait for me to tell you. Look up covered call strategies. Use your AI. Don't necessarily trust going to Google all the time. They're too heavily invested in Wikipedia and Reddit and places that are massively biased against you. The big market makers pay those people to aggregate their information. That's not always 100% accurate for the retail trader. I'm not giving you advice. I can't. I'm not a professional. I'm just telling you that it's not always what you see. Okay, it's not always what you see. If you like to use Chat GPI or Perplexity, or I like to use Grok because Grok is the only LLM, the only AI, the only large language model that can access Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, X now. And so that sentiment it can get from there is powerful. But if you want to, in your prompts, even when you're talking about financial information, you'll get different replies. If you say only check sources that are center and lean right politically, you could be asking about how to fix your garbage disposal. And if you put that in front of your prompt, you will get different garbage disposal replies than you do if you don't tell it not to use Reddit, Wikipedia, and all these far left leaning publications. Washington Post, New York Times. You can write a prompt that just says omit the Washington Post, omit the New York Times, omit Wikipedia, omit Reddit from your responses, and you'll get a total different response, and usually it's more accurate, okay? The left pays a lot of money to influence everything. It's influencing you everywhere. And I don't care where you are in politics. We're not talking about voting. I'm talking about I want you guys to be able to get the best information. Selling off a little bit on the 30-second here. Look at our imbalance there on our imbalance meter. Let's go ahead and turn our sound up. She is saying we're still neutral. She's watching AI, that is, Eve. We're using Grok and Eve. She's monitoring Twitter. She's monitoring all the broad markets. She's monitoring the bonds, monitoring the Mag 7. I got her also monitoring the three big banks, so Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and JP Morgan. And not only monitoring their charts in 1, 3, 5, and 15 minutes with MACD, RSI, histograms for the volume pressure, put and call walls on the 5-minute charts. She's watching those on all charts, but she's mainly going to report to me on the 5-minute charts. But she's using the other time frames to get ahead of me so that my information she gives to me is as accurate as possible. It's as accurate as me having 3 or 4 or 5 PhD kids sitting all around me on computers watching different stuff. One watching precious metals, one watching petroleum and oil, one watching bonds, one watching, and then one each watching each of the indices. So your Russell, your Dow, your S&P, your NASDAQ. And so that's what we got going on with this AI trading futures. It's like me having those employees, but it's costing me, I pay $30 a month for her, about $50 a month for my API token. So that's $80. The new little news FinHub news plugin, that's where she's getting all the financial news in real time. So we could trade that news or get out of the way of the news. And that costs $9 a month. So that's a little less than 100. And then still liking this trade here. We got 14 minutes to go, you guys. Let's go ahead and put this on a 15-minute chart. And we got 13 minutes and 40 seconds. Let's see if we can't flag in here a little bit. And looks like the market's going to want to go down. We lost a VWAP there a little bit ago. VWAP was lost at 6:45 this morning on a 15-minute scale, but it did not close below VWAP until 7 a.m. So let's see. Tim has not came over and plugged in yet. Did I send him the invite? I thought I did. Send it to him again. There it is. Tim has been invited, whether he shows or not, I don't know. He's got Friday rules in play. Everybody's a little relaxed on Fridays. Time for some cocktails. Time for some cocktails. Here comes some buyers. Still real low volume here before the open. We're going to get this video here. We're going to go ahead and close this video out at 10 minutes. We're opening up, guys, in value, right in the middle of the range. So the overnight range, we're kind of right in the middle of the overnight range, or right in the middle of yesterday's range. So just a patience, a big P on the day. So we'll just draw that letter P will be patience. And let's see here. We do like a P, patience, and neutral. All right. Not bad with, I use a trackball. Thumb on the trackball, old school gaming, baby. All right, we're going to close out this this video right here, and I'll be right back with you in the next one. Now keep these going. I'm just chopping them down so they instead of recording one big session, it's easier for me to edit if I just do it like this. But I'm going to pick right back up with the same screen. You can look down at the bottom, 8:17 and 38 seconds, and I'm going to hit the button, like and subscribe. I'll be right back.